I'm really honored to be here, and I'm so devastated that we still have to be here nearly 1 year later. It is enough. It is enough of the terror. It is enough of the darkness. It is enough of families torn apart. And as Shimri said, we stand in solidarity with hundreds of thousands, millions of our Israeli brothers and sisters who have been marching and who this year are stuck in their this week stuck in their shelters and at home. It is time to end this war and bring 101 hostages who are not hostages. They are human beings. They are baby little Kfir. They are mothers and sons and sisters and lovers and friends. It's time to end this war and this horrific cycle of violence. As we know, just 4 days from now, we will begin a new year, 5785. And yet so many of us are asking, how can we possibly celebrate a new year, celebrate Rosh Hashanah, when so many are still being held captive in the depths of darkness? How can we reach towards the light when they are still in the dungeons in the belly of the whale? How can it be possibly a sweet new year when the taste of sorrow and bitterness chokes our throats and gets stuck? And so all we can cry out is, bring them home now. Bring them home now.
Bring them home
alive. And so on Rosh Hashanah, we will read from Genesis 22, the Akedah, the binding of Isaac's story. Remember the one where Abraham takes his son Isaac and he holds the knife and he's about to sacrifice him. We remember just how close Isaac came to being sacrificed. And how can we not think of the children and our loved ones who are being sacrificed in the name of politics and pride and power? All we want to do is grab that knife and wrest it from them, from the hands who will not let it go. How can we not think of all the innocent lives who have been lost in Israel, in Gaza? How can we not think of the children who must now spend their days in bomb shelters in the north with rockets falling overhead, and the thousands of people who are displaced from their homes with no end in sight? But my friends here today, I will tell you this. The flip side of the story of the Akedah is that Isaac lives. He lives. He is spared, he is saved, and he is released from his bondage and his captivity. And we are reminded once again that the most powerful force in the world is to give and save lives. That is it. And Elie Wiesel said, to save the life of a single child, no effort is too much. Do you hear us in the Knesset? Do you hear us on the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv? And he continues, to defeat injustice for one single moment, even for a single soul, is to invent a new reason to hope. No effort is too much, not for us and not for our leaders, for every life is worthy of infinite value. And to save a life, no effort is too much. It's time to put forth that effort. This year, as the book of life is open on Rosh Hashanah, and it will be, there must be a page for each of the 101 hostages with their names inscribed for another year of life, and where a new chapter will bear their names and tell of their futures. Agam, Naamah, Eitan, Idan, Keith, and baby Kfir, and the other 95 souls who have been captive so long. It is time to bring them home now. Bring them home alive. It is time to bring them home so that they can see the light again, to embrace and be embraced in warmth and surrounded by love. And so this year, our celebration of Rosh Hashanah will be a protest against hate and terror. We will celebrate the new year in protest against darkness and despondency, because this year Our celebration of Rosh Hashanah is a singular act of hope and courage. Will you be courageous with us? Can we come together? Bring them home. And to the families of the hostages, we stand with you. You are not alone. And when you feel despair and lose hope, let our hope be your hope. And when you cannot pray, let our prayers be your prayers. And so we will dip our apples in the sweet honey, and we will eat our round challahs with raisin. And we will blow the shofars. Let's try it. At least we'll try. We will blow the shofar, and the tekiah, which we'll do in a minute, will be the wake-up call. And the shvarim is for all the broken dreams and broken hearts, and the mothers who weep and the fathers who wail. And truah is for the urgency of this moment now. And the tekiah gedolah, which we'll get to in a minute, that's for hope. That's for the return of all of the hostages alive now. And so this year, when we sound the shofar, let this be the siren we hear. Let this be the siren of hope, awakening our leaders to do everything in their power to bring the hostages home alive and now. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Kolenu, hear our voices. O source of mercy and love and protection and compassion, hear our voices. End this war. Bring them home now so that it will truly be a sweet new year. Tekiah Gedolah. One more time. Tekiah Gedolah.